ounces is the same price as 5. 8 ounces should cover this. Close. Your scale.
It's fine.
How do you want me to wrap these? You want me to just wrap cardboard around it?
No, you gotta do two
things. Just like that.
No, you have to put it in two separate. Alright, today we're going to do a Weiss Schwarz Case Opening, Fate's Day Night, Heaven's Feel Volume 2. This video is brought to you by Iron City Games. Check us out on Facebook, TCG Player, the same usual jazz. We sell playsets, singles, sell everything. Yes, let's get into it. It's a little zoomed in, but opening the case. Alright. So this case is going to come with 16 booster boxes like every normal English case. So I guess we'll start off with the mat. Mat's pretty dope. Put out. Just like the main visual for the set. It's typical play mats. Alright. I actually really like the booster boxes for these. I think they look super clean. Alright. So we get our box topper promo. Just a 2-1 10K with Encore, not bad, but usually we generally want those to be 2-2s. Alright, so box number 1. So I know nothing about this set. Haven't read any of the spoilers. I know this set's really good. I own all of set 1. I know the SPs are supposed to be super valuable. So in the first pack, we got a double rare. Ah yes, Saber. This is Best Girl. When it's placed on the stage, you heal, and then discard 3 characters from your hand when it attacks. If the choice, I'm assuming, is in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters, and that character gets the following ability. This ability activates once per turn. When damaged by this card is canceled, burn 3, burn 3. So, super sweet, like, generic, good choice finisher. I don't think the card's great, but it's fine. Giving cancel, burn 3 is really good. You reach from a long way. Second pack. Alright. We get an Ilya, rare. So this is a 2-1, 1500 assists. I don't know how good this card is. Rest itself, choose a card from your hand and put it into your stock. It's the first time I've experienced a profile like that. It might be good if you are constantly over hand size and you want to generate more stock. But I mean, the good part is a 2-1 1500 assist. It's to all characters too, not to just level 3s. Yes. This is actual best girl. Rin. This is their good 1-0 combo. When it's placed on the stage from your hand, it gets plus X power until end of turn, where X is the number of master or serving characters you have. So it's kind of small if it's like the first one you play and you have two back rows. It's like a 5/5. But the third one gets to be a 7/5 with climax play, which is pretty sweet. When it attacks, if the climax is in your climax area and you have another master or servant, mill 2, choose 1, X or lower, where X is the combined level of the 2 cards you milled. Put it in your hand. It's really good. It's just the slime 1-0 combo. There's a lot of sets now that have this combo. The Jake from Adventure Time. Just a good generic combo. I'm just super excited that we get off 8 bar for this set. I know a lot of people like the 8 bar deck. I hate it. Sweet. So we got our first foil. It's a triple rare. It's a bar. The foiling is actually insane. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting, but this card looks really good. Alright, next we have the green 1-0. Okay. This card's bad. Actually bad. It's like a 1-0-6-5 if you have the right card in your clock, and then when it gets reversed, you bottom deck it. Yes. Actually, I think every girl in this set's best girl. So, okay, this is a 3/2 with experience. If you have 2 cards, the Cloud Concealed Moon Sakura and Flowing Tears Sakura in your level, it gets -1 level in hand. When it's placed on the stage, you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. And then, when an important person and something to protect is placed on your climax area, and this card is in your center stage, all of your characters get +1k in the following ability. This card's battle opponent becomes reversed. You can put the top card of your deck in your stock. This card's kind of bad. It's really weird that the experience is you have to have both the cards in your level, so you basically have to play 12 cards just to play that card. 4 of each of the cards that you need an experience, and then 4 of it. Got a Gilgamesh rare, alright. This card gets +1500 if there's a marker underneath it. Oh, for each marker. When it's placed on the stage, choose up to 3 of itself in your waiting room, put them face down underneath as a marker. Okay. So essentially this card is most times a 1-0-55, sometimes a 1-0-7k, and if you're really good it's a 1-0-8k. I really want to talk about this. This is an insane climax art. I mean, like, actually just nuts. Like, I can't wait to see this foil, but I wish they would use this art for the foil. I don't even know if this one comes foil. If it's a climax art, it should. I'm just excited to play Fate with good triggers. Next pack we have. So we got this. So actually, this one and the triple rare were the same art, so that's interesting. All right, so this is a 0/0/500 rare. Pay 1, rest 2. Look at the top 4. Choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card. Put it into your hand. Okay. Pay 1, rest 2 is not the worst. And then pay 1, put an event from your hand into your waiting room, choose 1 character in your waiting room, add to it. Okay, this card's pretty good. Like, using most people's scales, this card's like a 2. 2 meaning like you could see a reason to play this card. I think it's pretty sweet. One being unplayable, 4 being really, really good, and 5 being the reason you buy this set. Alright, so we've got another foil. Alright, first I want to talk about this climax. This climax also, the climax art in the set in general is nuts. Like, actually just nuts. But we'll talk about this SR. The SR looks really good too. 2/1/8K. When the climax is placed in the climax area, this card is in your center stage. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a master, servant, or shadow, choose up to 2 of your opponent's characters and they get minus X power until end of turn, where X is equal to the number of these have times 1K. Okay, so like if you have a full board of these, you can give 2 characters minus 3K for each combo, which is really sweet. JoJo has like a similar combo, the Dive Bomber card. It's really important to note we pulled 2 foils in this box, which is pretty sweet. Alright, 2/1 assist. All your other master servants get plus 1K. Pay 2, discard 4 from your hand. This card gets the following ability. When this card is stand in your backstage, you may choose this card as... Okay, so basically this allows you to have a 4th attacker. You can direct attack with this card if it's in the back row. So you can pay 2, ditch 4 to get a 4th attack. That's not very good. It's a high cost to swing 2. It's neat because you get like more resources and you get like another stock, but neat profile, not great. Alright. Alright, 00500, this is a double rare. When this card becomes reversed, if their opponent, okay, so it's a 0 clock bomb. And then pay 1 during your opponent's turn. When this card becomes reversed in battle, you may pay the cost if you do rest it. Okay, so it's a 00500 that's a bomb, and then you can pay 1 if it gets reversed to save it for a turn. Pretty good. It's a plusing 0. You can turn 1 that. If they crash into it, you kill their character and pay the 1 stock and attack with it again. Or if they don't crash with it, you get to attack with it, and it's a +1 anyways. Next card, another double rare. Pay 1, clock 1 when this card is placed on the stage. If you do, choose 1 master. Okay, so so choose 1 master servant character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So it's a Ricky, salvage Ricky. Damage by this card is canceled. You may put this card in your stock. Okay, so it's a salvage Ricky that has like an upside. It's pretty good. It's neat that it's really neat that there's no level requirement. I wonder if it's got to be right. All right, another 0/0. This is a 500 rare, blue rare. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may choose 1 character in your opponent's center stage and move it to another open position. Okay. So this... Okay. And then when this card becomes reversed in battle, put this card at the bottom of your deck. So you can run your opponent's characters to avoid them reversing your cards, which is super sweet. Or you could like run their 0/0 in front of your 0 to make it so they don't get a direct attack. Okay, so this is the card we read earlier, the foil. This is just the non-foil version. Okay, so this is the Ilia. So, discard a card when it's placed on the stage. You may pay the cost. If you do, check top 4, choose a master character, put it in your hand. Yeah, so this is the reprint card. This is actually, I don't think it's a reprint. I just think it's copies 5 through 8? Question mark? I don't know. But that's the reason Fate's good. That card is. The deck control you get from the Akatsuki effects are really powerful. Being able to mill yourself if you're a bad deck state, or and it's hand fixing, and it does everything you want from a card. Especially with their free fresh, like being able to get down to 5 cards in deck and then free fresh. Ugh. Alright, so we got a 3/2 rider. When it attacks, pump another character or itself, 1500. Alright, when it's placed on the stage, reveal the top card of your deck. So it's a master or servant character, this card gets the following ability. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may clock kick. Okay, so it's just on play, reveal. If it's a character, clock kick. I mean, it's neat that as like an off finisher. Not super great. I mean, still probably like a 2 out of 5, like we talked about. Alright. Sweet. Okay. This is the reason to be playing this set right here. This card. Like, this card's sweet. So it's a Sakura. When it's placed on the stage, draw 2, ditch 1. And when it attacks, if Deep Love is in your climax area, put 3 cards from the top of your deck into your stock. Wow, that's really powerful. Okay. And so it's regular cost, not a combo, just regular cost. Pay 3, discard a card. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, put the bottom 6 cards of your opponent's deck into your waiting room and deal X to your opponent, where X is the number of climax from among those cards. So this card's really powerful. You can do the combo without climax comboing, without the climax. Or you play the climax and the cost is basically free. This card's sweet. And it draws 2, ditch 1. So like, you play it, draw 2, ditch 1, and now I drew the card to discard to it. So I'm super excited about that card. Like, super neat combo. Oh, baby. Alright, so this is not in my pack. But one of my employees opening a case just pulled this SP, and man, does it look good. I know it's stamped, and everybody's complaining about stamps, but holy moly, I love it. This is the Shiro. This is the card. So earlier we were talking about the card that gives the saber, that gives the card on cancel burn 3, burn 3. And so when this card's placed on the stage, you may choose a card in your waiting room and put it underneath it as a marker. And then you can pay 1 at the beginning of your attack phase. If there's no climax in your climax area, you pay the cost. Choose 1 climax marker underneath this card and put it in the climax area. So like, on play, you can marker the climax and then pay 1 to put the climax out, the saber climax. And then this card says when it attacks, if you have a full board, choose 1 character, give it +2 soul. So you can do the saber combo on this and then be like, alright, so I'm going to pump 2 soul to this, swing 5. Either the 5 sticks or I'm burn 3, burn 3. I don't think it's great, but I think the interaction between the two is super neat, and I think the summoning of the climax is really good. You probably play this as like a 1 or 2 of anyways, but I think the stamps look so good. Here you go. Thank you. Alright, back to our box. We're not that lucky to open an SP in our first box. Alright, 2/1 rare. Alright, discard 2 servant characters. So it's really important when you're reading these cards to know that, like, alright, this card ditches 2 servant characters, but it's a master. So, like, traits in this set are really wonky. But when it's placed on the stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 servant or shadow character with level equal to or lower your level in your waiting room, put in a position. So basically, when you play this, I can ditch 2, summon a level whatever I am. And when it becomes reversed, If the card's battle opponent's higher than your opponent's level, you may reverse that character. Just sweet profile. I like early play bombs a little bit more than I like early play or anti-change counters. But yeah. It's Rin again, Best Girl. Alright, so it's a 1/0 rare, 2,500. Pay 1, ditch 1 when it's placed on the stage from your hand, pay the cost. If you do, check top 4, add a card from one of them. So you can play this like with the red deck to like dig for your climax. I'm not a big fan of like the pay 1, ditch 1, check top 4s because I hate using stock. But if you get hit to level 1 early and you don't need to Ricky and like you have both your 1/0s, being able to like dig for the climax is probably pretty good. 1/0 rare, an assist, everything else gets plus 500, and then pay 1, rest 2, mill 2, choose 1 extra level. Okay, so this is just the 1/0 combo we talked about earlier, but just like repeatable. It's fine. Once again, it's a rest 2. And so like you have to decide, am I gonna brainstorm this turn or am I gonna not I mean, I don't know. I hate brainstorming anyways, so maybe that's like the solution to my issues is just not play brainstorms at all. Alright, so this card's sweet. When this card's placed on the stage from your hand, choose one of your characters and pump it 1k. And then when you refresh your deck, put this card into your stock. I don't know, like, I'm sure with the refresh, the free freshes that you get, this card's pretty sweet. Like, this is actually pretty cool. I like cards that go to stock a lot more than I should. Alright, box number 2. So now we're going to speed it up a little bit. We're going to only talk about new rares we come across. Everything else we're just going to force through. Alright, we've already seen this one, so sick. Alright, 1/0 SR. Alright. So, this is the combo we talked about, and it looks so good. I mean, it's hard to tell. Lighting is... Change the lights in here, trying to make it a little bit better, but the art is really good. Well, I like all the... Sakura's awesome. Alright, here we go. Saber. Sweet, so this is a brainstorm, and then when a climax is placed, choose up to 2 of your characters. Okay, so when you play a climax, you can pump 2 characters plus 500. Alright, and then this brainstorm is flip 4. For each climax, search. Okay. So yeah, it's just a search brainstorm. I mean, it's pretty sweet. It's probably just better than the Sakura brainstorm now that if you're not playing 8-bar. Alright, we've already talked about this rare. Talked about that with the Akatsuki. Talked about this one too. You know, one thing I'm really excited to see how much better Volume 2 makes the deck if it's just a totally different deck. Oh, here's a new one. Okay, so 1/0 Rin Brainstorm. When your other character becomes reversed, pump 1k to another character. This profile is one of my favorites in a back row card because you can... I don't want to say outplay your opponent, but your opponent can outplay themselves. Not knowing about this, or not reading your cards, or forgetting about it. And then this is just a salvage brainstorm. I'm not a huge fan because it's like a level 1 brainstorm. I just don't. And I mean, to be fair, like you're probably not gonna brainstorm at level 0 unless like the whole world's going wrong. We've already talked about this. This is the bomb. Because generally you don't really want to brainstorm first deck unless like you've eaten a bunch of damage and you have like a good chance of hitting the brainstorm. Alright, here's a new one. This art's pretty dope too. 0/0 rare 1k. When a climax is placed, choose a character plus 1k. Rest this card and then choose a card in your opponent's center stage and give it minus 1k. Not very good. Yes, Nate, you are. I didn't think about that. That is. So Nate said the problem with the 1/0 brainstorm is you can't grab it off the Akatsuki, and that's like one of the that's probably just the most important card in the deck, like the Akatsuki, and anything you can't grab off of it is just bad. So here's a new card. It's an early play, 2 or fewer climaxes. When it's placed on the stage, put the top card of your clock, and so it's an early play healer. All right. Okay, so this is the card that I really want to talk about. I remember when we got excited for this card, you're like, like in JP, I remember it's like, oh wow, you get to play the jeweled sword. Oh, I said this word, Zelrich. You can resonate and give this card plus 3k. I'm gonna look up the card real quick and talk about the. So the Jeweled Sword Zelrich is from Fate's Day Night, and it's a 2/3. See if I can pull it up on the stream real quick. A 2/3. Just 1 second. It's in Japanese, but so this is a 2/3 event with your opponent takes 6 damage. Don't think the event's great, but I do think like being able to resonate with it is super powerful. And I think there's another card in this set, an uncommon, that also combos with it. That it's like pay 3, mill 3, and then choose 1 X or lower servant and put it into any position where X is equal to the number of jeweled sword Zelriches or characters you reveal from one of those cards. But I guess we can hide this now. But with this event, you can pump 3k. I remember I was told to buy some events just so we can have the option. Oh, you're right. We do have the soul pump. Okay. So the event in English is different. Now I feel dumb. I remember this exact conversation like a week ago. All right. All right, now we get to talk about it the right way. A little grainy, high quality TCG images. So okay, if you do not have a jewel character, This card cannot be played from your hand, and then put this card into memory, and then choose one of your opponent's characters in battle, and it gets plus X soul until end of turn, where X is the number of jeweled Zelrich in your memory. So, like, you can pump this on your turn, 1 soul, send it to memory, and then almost as an anti-damage, pump your opponent's by 2 soul. Not as good. Like, you're playing with fire there, right? You know, you pump their character 3 soul, and you eat 7 and just die. I mean, you probably would have died anyways. But I mean, this card's sweet. It's actually in this set. Okay. Huh. Ooh. If I come across it, we'll talk about it again. Alright, so here we go. A Rin 3/2, and then it's placed on the stage. You may choose one character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. And then pay 1, ditch 1. When damaged by this card is not canceled, if the climax in your climax area, and pay the cost video, deal 1. Meh. It's fine. It's not great. Trying to see real quick. Sending off Ilya, so on play, pay 1, clock 1. With placed on the stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at top X. Choose one character from among them relative to your opponent, put in your hand. X is equal to the number of characters. Okay, so this is kind of meh, because you kind of want your Rickies early to be like, pay 1, clock 1, search 1. Or pay 1, clock 1, salvage 1. Checking top, because I mean, you play that on turn 2, you might have 2 characters. So check top 2, add 1 is just not great. Here's the Saber again. We talked about this with that Shiro SP. I'm actually glad that we got the jeweled event. I don't know how great it is. I wish we would have gotten the other one. But Solitary Existence, 3/2, 10k. Place on stage, heal. Then climax combo is pay 3. This ability activates once per turn. At the end of this card's attack, if the climax in your climax area, you may pay the cost if you do stand it. Okay, so she's a pay 3 restander. Problem is, at the beginning of your encore step, you have to put this into your waiting room, so it's a restander that sacks itself. Not great. Here's the event. The Jeweled Sword Zelrich. Yeah. Oh, that was really cool. I didn't flip it over. So this card was actually just upside down in the pack. I haven't seen that yet. Anyways, rare. Yeah, we talked about this one. So like now, this is a jewel character, so you can use that to like cycle the jeweled sword Zelrich. I don't know if there's a bonder for the jeweled sword in this set. Somebody with more set knowledge will probably know. Alright, we haven't talked about the Shiro 1-0 combo. This is a 1-0, 2-5. When it attacks, choose one of your characters and pump it 2,500. When this card's battle, opponent becomes reversed. If the climax in your climax area, this card gets the following ability until your opponent's end of turn. When it's frontal attacked, you may choose this card and one of your other characters returns to your hand. Okay. So this is pretty sweet, I think, actually, because with the Akatsuki, being able to like play the Akatsuki and then, you know, attack with like, especially if you hit level 1 first, right? And you only get like 1 or 2 reverses with it. If you hit level 1 first, a 1025 with a climax that pumps itself 2-5 is probably good enough for a reverse. And so like, oh, it's a 106k, so yeah, it's definitely good enough. So being able to like reverse and then bounce on their turn, bounce this and the Akatsuki is really sweet. I actually like this combo a lot. I really enjoy the combos that, like, the Aaron 1-0, when it's frontal, return it to your hand. The problem is, right, you know, they could play around it and then, like, side that one. Especially if you do one combo of it, just side in one lane, and then you're like, oh. I guess you get the plus because your character gets to live. But, yeah, okay, that card's not great. Especially if with the Akatsuki, because just kill the Akatsuki because it's little. Alright, 105k. When your opponent levels up, if the climax is in your climax area and this is in your center stage, choose one of your master or servant characters in your waiting room, put it into your stock, or the top card of your deck. If it's a master or servant character, put it into your hand. Okay, so I have a problem with this. Right? I don't like the level up combos. They're nice because there's no conditions. I don't have to reverse you, stuff like that. But I do enjoy, or problem with this, right, is if I have 3 of these and you level up, the top card of my deck is a climax. I now don't plus. I mean, I get 3 stock, but, and hopefully I have a way to turn the stock into a plus, but I don't plus like hand size. So it's not like every attack it does it, because like those type of combos are meh. Okay, Nate. Yeah, I guess that's a good reason to play the Amagi. The 1-0 where you can pay 1, ditch 1, check top 4, add 1. And I guess the good thing with that, with the other back row card, you can ditch the event to salvage a character if you need to. My problem with that is, like, you almost want, you need 2 or 3 of them in your hand late game for it to matter. I don't know. I don't think it's great. So on to the third box. 500 assist. Rest 2. Choose one of your characters. Gets +1 soul. Not the best. Not the worst. Typical box topper. Box 3. Still haven't found an SP. I think that box only had 1 SR in it. First one had 2. Had an SR and a triple rare. We talked about this rare. Okay, so it's just a 0025 clean cut, generic clean cut. So clean cut is, for those of you who don't know, is an effect whenever your character reverses another character, you have to, right? Let me just read it, it'll be easier. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, choose one of your other master or servant characters, rest it, and move it to an open position on your backstage. Super neat, because like you go second. I play that with like the Clock Encore, and like I direct my Clock Encore or direct with my Brainstorm, and then like direct my Brainstorm and then clean cut it back. It's pretty sweet. Alright, the 1-0 Brainstorm. Traits in this set are really wonky with the addition of, like, without. I like last one because other than a rider, your traits weren't awful. All right, so here's the new double rare we haven't seen yet. 3/2 10k. When it's placed on the stage, choose one card in your waiting room, put it face up underneath this card as a marker, and then pay 1 at the beginning of your attack if there's no climax in your climb. Oh, okay. So this is the card we already talked about. This is the SP that you can when you attack, you can pump 2k or pump 2 soul. Excuse me. I think we've talked about pretty much every rare and double rare now. Okay, so this is a common, actually, I kind of want to talk about after just reading it. So this is 0025, and then you can discard an event to salvage a character when it's played. Has a really bad drawback, though. When it attacks, rest all of your other stand characters. So if you attack with this first, you don't get to attack anymore. So you have to attack with it last, which is super weird. But I don't know if you're looking for like a hand fixing. Ooh, the camera went out of focus. Oh. Man, this is actually super awkward. Bear with me. Okay, there it goes. Had to manually do it. Alright. Alright. Sorry. Oh, that's again. Is it? Oh, it's the same card too. It's upside down in every pack. Interesting. That's. I wonder if like that's gonna be the same across all boxes, or if it's just this case, or what? Because I've seen some weird things in opening Weiss Schwarz cases, especially when you open as much as we do. All right, okay. So this is my new favorite triple rare. Wow. So it's the same art. It's actually just insane. Like this is the whole reason to foil out the deck. Wow. I'm not gonna say that yet because we haven't gotten to the SPs, but I decide whether or not to foil out a deck based on how good the triple rares look. Like I foiled out Adventure Time just because the Finn and Jake climax was gorgeous. We have not talked about all of them. Alright, 1-0 double rare. If you have 2 or more other characters, it gets plus 1k. When it attacks, if Heaven's Feel is in your climax area and your stock has 5 or less cards, look at the top 4, add 1, put the rest in your ring. Yeah, I mean, this is like a generic, like, I don't know how to word it. This is a good 1-0 combo. Like, by far, a very passable 1-0 combo. Kind of sucks. It's like a 5-5, but I mean, it's a 5-5 cross turn, so, you know, with a 2k counter, you're a 7-5, so you're bigger than your opponent's 1-0 combos with counter. I love those combos and like ReZero and stuff like that. I don't think it's playable though, because it's blue. But oh man, this camera just will not focus now. Focuses really well this close, and then this is like dog. I mean, this is horrible. We might have to stop the stream for technical difficulties. I don't ever have issues with this when I'm just recording videos. Oh, there it went. Let's not touch it now. I guess I need to invest in a better webcam. I thought it was the lighting. Change the lighting. Wasn't the lighting. Man, I'm trying to get some spice here. I'm trying to open some SPs. All right, here we go. Got an SR. So this box had so. All right, I guess that makes sense. We pull a triple wire. We're gonna pull an SR. So this is just the early play. If you have both the cards in your level, we just need to pull the spice. I also don't know. I know I already said earlier in the video, but I don't know how many SPs are in this case. Like, kind of go into this not knowing. I mean, there's always like a little bit of uncertainty with coming from JP to English. Like, oh, well, they had 3 SPs per case. We might not. Like, Seven Deadly Sins was kind of annoying that it only had 2 SPs per case. And you have sets like Beaufree where you're like, alright, 4 SPs per case, and 1 secret per master case, and it's like, we'll just print all this value into a set. Alright, another box topper. Box number 4, alright, we already talked about this one. This one has definitely taken me longer than other cases. Also, those of you that think opening cases is fun, opening boxes gets really boring after like box 100. Becomes very monotonous, and I'm only on box 4. Ready to be done. So we already pulled both foils out of this box. Probably. Oh, well, I lied. We hadn't pulled both foils out of this box. Alright, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed. Oh, this is the clean cut. And, I mean, who wouldn't want this card? I mean, let's be honest. I love Ryder as a character. I actually really like Ryder's voice actress too. Well, messed up the image again by getting that close. Hopefully it resets here in a second. Keep opening. If you guys have made it this far in the video, or you're still watching live, you know, go ahead and comment, like, what's your favorite card from this set? Like, what are you hoping to do with this set? I'm really excited to play 8 Comeback, like everybody else is. But I mean, I'll probably fool around with the event build and. There it goes. So 4 boxes in, no SPs. Also, if you made it this far, what's your opinion on the stamps? I mean, I know what most people's opinions on the stamps are. They're like, oh, the stamps aren't the signatures, they don't look great. Personally, I like the stamps. I agree that the signed cards look really good. But, I mean, stamps are pretty hot. I mean, also, like, what are your, I don't know. I need to pull something good is what I need to do. Booster box number 4 done with. So we're 25% of the way there. Pulled 0 SPs. That's about right. I always pull the SPs at the very end. Like. Another one of these. That's 3 of those in a row. Someone was gone. If you pull a Sakura 3-2 Hala, I mean, if we pull a Sakura 3-2, I mean, I hope we pull like 8 Sakura 3-2s. Nate, I honestly, I mean, I'm a big fan of Comeback. Like, I know everybody is. Like, it's the best climax trait or trigger. I'm really interested in playing the triple rare. I want to try the events, see how good they are. I probably not great. I haven't looked at any like JP lists or anything. I'll probably throw together some pile list, but right now, I mean, I have 8-bar built, and I like 8-bar. One of the guys around here also has played 8-bar and actually hates it with everything inside of his body because it's what I like to call a win more deck. Like, if I'm winning, the deck keeps winning more. But if I'm losing, my opponent keeps winning more. Like, I don't know. Like, there's so many times with that game where you, like, trigger a climax, blind stock a climax, discard a card, draw a climax because of the brainstorm. And it's like, alright, well, I'm 5 out now. It's turn 2. But I think the red finisher is super sweet, and I'm excited that they have, like, a good plussing 1-0 combo. I'm assuming that you're buying a playset, Nate, or thinking about buying a playset, or play it in JP. I also really like the Saber finisher with the Shiro. Like, ooh. Alright, so we pulled the Rin Brainstorm 1-0. I think the Saber finisher is really cool, being able to give your character cancel burn 3, burn 3. Alright, box number 5, no SPs. This is your friendly reminder to check us out on Facebook if you haven't already. Check us out on TCG Player. All these singles will be up for sale Thursday at 11 p.m. Central Time, which will be Friday at midnight. Oh, interesting. So you're playing the bar gate build. I hate bar, man. Like, I was watching Strictly Broken stream the other day where they were doing the set review for Seven Deadly Sins. UA just kept going on and on and on about how much he loves Bargate. Bargate is his favorite, and like I don't know, or bar standby or anything bar, and I'm like, bar feels good because like you always have a climax to play, like always. That's why I think 8 bar is really good, because you just slam a climax every turn. I don't know. I like the choice build a lot. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I don't really want to play that many cards that Akatsuki can't grab. Just because, one, I'm bad. So I'll cheat if all my cards aren't master trait. And 2, because, like, Akatsuki's just like overall the best card in the deck. Like, And I think the Sakura Brainstorm is really good, like especially if you're playing like 6-bar. Like obviously there's no wrong way to build the deck, but I like the Saber Brainstorm a lot, but it's not a master trait, which matters.
Wasn't band rage that I don't have, is it? There.
But see, you could do what I do, Nate, and just not play Brainstormers. Like my 7 Deadly Sins list had 2, and I cut both of them. Like it's probably wrong, but I hate Brainstorms. Like I could be, I don't know, 4 and 8, and I'll miss my Brainstorm. Or like hit, or be 1 and 5 or whatever, and miss my Brainstorm. Like it's just, I don't know. I know it's like all variants, and this is the problem I have with it, is I don't like using abilities and using stock on things that like I'm not guaranteed to plus off of. Okay, there's the 1-0 combo, the green one. Foil. Please, camera. Um, yeah, no, like that's like why 8-bar played Rider, right? It's because, oh, it heals. Like, you don't really care to ever really do. I mean, a Rider combo's fine. Right? I think it's bad now, but I don't know. I think it'll be super sweet. Like, go ahead and if you have a list, send it to our Facebook page, and I'll put it together and play some games with it, and probably record some videos, try and upload some videos with it, and give opinions on it. Me and Mr. Boats Don't Sink like to play test. Alright, well, box number 6 now. Man, I'm good at this. I used to have a joke at the store. If you ever wanted to pull a foil, ask me what box to open, and then don't open that box, because I'm really bad at picking boxes. So I'm curious, like, how, if this deck is a top tier deck. Like, I know for it's the best deck. 8-bar is so good.
Big orders we should sell?
I don't know. This is the Saber that I keep going on and on about giving your character cancel burn. I think it's super sweet, like super good. Does this one heal? Oh, look. See, you don't need to. You just play choice. There you go. There's your healer. Like. Sorry. Man. Okay. In your builds, are you playing the Shiro card that can get your climax, the yellow one? I don't know if you're playing like yellow past level 0, or if you're playing like the clock encore one. So I think there's a lot of players who value cards that pump power on climax play to try and win board, especially with standby being so prevalent right now. Like, I think that's a good metagame call. I was playing a couple games on Discord the other day, and the guy, like, every one of his Bang Dream cards pumped power. He was like, yeah, he's playing standby and he has to pump his own power to beat them. It's like, you can't beat the Data Live cards with 1/1s that can't be reversed by 1/0s. Okay, so you've ditched the clock encore Shiro. Okay. Aha, we did it. We pulled our first SP, and it's almost best girl. It's Saber. Saber's almost best girl. Try and hold this up to the light as best as we can. All right. So, I mean, it's a free burner. On attack, reveal, burn X, where X is that level. This looks really good. I love the stamps way more. Yeah, no, see, that's what I was saying, right? Like, the Sakura level 1 has a hard time getting over, penny sleeve, getting over the 1/1 standby targets. So SP number 1, sweet. Hey, Mr. Trent Hagen. With the nice pull. Yeah, man. Like, that's all we do is pull SPs. I wish that was all we did. This card's sweet. Like, I'll probably play this in my, doesn't heal, though. Yeah, no, I agree. I think like running this with the cancel saber is really good. That's what I was like thinking about. I wish it had like another good effect though, right? Like I wish it was like on play, check top 3, add 1, or on play draw, or on play draw 2, ditch 1. Or, the fact that it gets plus 1500 power if you have 5 or less cards, like. I don't really ever want to be in a position where I'm getting that, like, condition, right? I mean, I guess, like, play that and then play my climax, go down to 5 cards, it's fine. It's like a 3-2-12-5. What's really neat with this card, actually, is you can use, like, a backup. If you have 6 cards in hand and you, like, use a 2K backup, and now all of a sudden it's a 3500 backup. because your hand goes lower in size. But I mean, let's face it, all the alters are the best. Like the saber altar, the soccer altar. I mean, they're just. Whew. Oh, all right. Well, we got the bad restand SR. So, I mean, that's not bad. It only took us what, 7 boxes. 7 boxes to pull an SP. Whew. Oh, man. I'm gonna play around with the Saber 3-2 choice. Actually, I think that's really where I want to be. I think the Sakura finisher is probably just the best, but. Finisher is probably just the best. Ooh. It's been a long stream, and we're only halfway done. I'm gonna try and crashed. Are we back? Sick. Got that fiber internet. Whew. Been having some serious issues with our fiber. Oh, there we go. I mean, just pretty hot. We get the Ilya, we get the Akatsuki. That's a good looking SR too, man. First time we pulled that one. I mean, I know there's a lot of Ilya simps out there. Not like Rin though. Rin has everybody. I think Rin's everybody's waifu. Hey, what's that 2-2 that you're talking about? If you know what the name of it is. I'll pull up the image real quick and talk about it. Trent, it is beautiful, man. I think the foils in this set look really good. Oh, okay. stellar offense and defense. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Pull up the image so we can get a good image this time. All right, if we finish this box. Last. All right. Stellar offense. All right. All right. Be a little grainy, just because it's TCG player and their image quality is bad. So it's a 2275, gets plus 1k for each character on your opponent's backstage. And when it becomes, when your opponent's, when this card's battle opponent becomes reverse, if you have the climax in your climax area, you may burn one. Alright. This ain't it, Chief. This card is a 1 in the grand scheme of things. I guess the plus is you could just play that climax instead if you wanted to. If you prefer that art. But level 2 burn ones are sweet, I think. Man. Having like some serious camera issues today. I don't know why. All right, box number 9. Oh man, struggling here. There we go. I still need to buy deck box and sleeves. Yeah, I mean, but would you rather run the gate over a choice? I mean, you could. Especially if you wanted to run, like, if you didn't think 4 choice was great. But I don't know. I like choice. Like, choice is one of my favorite things, but this set, you know, most of the time when you salvage a card, you want to salvage an Akatsuki. I think we're probably going to end the stream after this box, just because how the issues we're having with the camera. So after box 9, we'll probably stop for a second and talk a little bit about deck builds, ideas, but it's super frustrating. It just won't focus. I mean, it'll focus up here, but then like come down here and I don't blame it for not wanting to focus on Shinji. He's a... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so we're probably going to be done after this. If you guys have any cool deck ideas, go ahead and, aha! Well, that's a good spot to end. Pull another SP. Man, this camera was The camera is just kind of dog water. But I mean, it's the 1.0 Ilia SP, nothing special. Looks great, and it's Ilia, so like, if you have an Ilia waifu, so I think we're gonna stop the stream there just because we're having camera issues. It's not bad. It took us an hour and a half to open 8.5 boxes. Hopefully the rest of these cases don't take that long. I appreciate it. Feel free to check out Iron City Games one last time, plug it up. I own the business. My name's Anthony. Always feel free to message me, message the store, buy and sell singles. We also sell all our singles on TCG Player. We're going to be opening a lot of cases of this set. I'm not going to give exact numbers, but we'll probably pull 3 to 4 of every SP, depending on pull rates or whatever. And then I'm going to post later tonight probably about how many SPs we get per case, because I think for the buyer it's good to know, because I think it's a good way for the sellers, us stores, to help the buyers and so forth. But yeah, you know, if you have any questions, message us. If you have any cool deck lists, message me. I'm Anthony on Facebook. I share all of our posts into the Weiss groups, or message Iron City Games. Send me your deck list. Like, I'm super excited about the set. We're going to be posting some videos. Hopefully we don't have as much camera issues. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thank y'all.